Yo, 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 what's cooking, people? Ah, dearie me, look at this poor thing. Some hideous amalgamation of wires that bring me straight back to the 90s. Yeah, I'm laughing at and with the internet reaction to this thing, since it was shown off by Hori on their Twitter feed, which is another thing to laugh at. Why? God. Why aren't Nintendo showing this thing off from their Twitter feed, or from their own website? Unless they did and I missed it, or perhaps Miyamoto was like, fuck that, we're not showing that thing off. Let Hori do it. Seriously though, I know this is officially licensed to Hori by Nintendo, but this thing is for Splatoon 2, Nintendo's biggest IP in years. It just doesn't feel right to randomly drop it on a third party's Twitter feed. Anyway, the headphones themselves look pretty damn good if you ask me, and I'll probably get them myself at some point, but let's get to the real issue here, and that's the adapter. Now, I'm laughing at and with the internet because this adapter, it shouldn't exist, not these days. Surely there has to be some better way for you to hear both chat and game audio from your Switch without the need of this crazy ass thing. But for whatever reasons, whether that's Nintendo wanted to save on OS memory on the Switch or whatever, this thing does exist and it's not ideal at all. If you're playing the Switch in portable mode, it'll work to a degree, but you'll have wires draped all over you. But if you're playing the Switch whilst it's docked and that console is a mere meter away from you, it's just not happening. You'll just have to have the voice chat coming through the headset and the game audio coming out of the TV. Something I do with all consoles anyway, but I know many other people don't. Nintendo have dropped the ball here, for the moment, unless they come up with something themselves or another third party works out a better way to achieve both voice and game audio in one headset without the need for you choking to death by wires. Time will tell as always, and so far this is somewhat of a chink in Nintendo Switch's armor until they come out and fully clarify how their online is going to work. I think a lot of people have overreacted to the adapter for what it is. That's probably because they didn't click first of all that it was to use both audio and voice chat at the same time. I think a lot of people thought that was the only way that you would be able to use a microphone with the Switch. But still, like I said, it shouldn't exist, and let's move on from this. And speaking of online, not long after these headphones and its fugly adapter dropped on the sea of information, Nintendo actually went ahead and clarified some of their online plans, even giving us a name, at least for now. Nintendo Switch Online, which was due by the end of this year, has now been moved to some unknown date in 2018. Many people will moan about this, which is completely understandable. At the moment, we'll have 3 killer online games for the Nintendo Switch this year. They are Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, ARMS, and Splatoon 2. For me, online chat can easily be missed, unless I'm playing with close friends. It always helps, of course. I don't have the time of day to listen to the endless amounts of rando idiots trash talking through voice chat. But, we must all remember, Nintendo will be charging us for online at some point, something they have reconfirmed. What they also confirmed was that because of the change in date for their paid online system to 2018, their online service will continue to be free, which means we'll all be playing Mario Kart 8, ARMS and Splatoon 2, as well as whatever else comes out, for free throughout 2017. Yay! It's like the Wii U days all over again, literally. The one thing that I crave more than anything else from Nintendo's online is a functioning messaging system. One that's easy to use and one that can easily be used to invite friends to games. I think if the Switch had this, most people would be content enough. But at the moment, it's impossible to message anyone on your friend list, something even the Wii U could do through Miiverse. So the delay to 2018 for their full online service will be a long one, Nintendo have confirmed that we'll get to sample the new app in September, the app that will connect everyone online, but still, they've got a lot of work to do. There's some icing on this somewhat deflated cake though. Nintendo has confirmed the prices of their online subscriptions, and I tell you what, they are pretty friggin' tasty. No prices confirmed for the UK yet, I believe, but for a year's subscription for both the US and Europe, it's only $19.99, or exactly the same price, €19.99. With this, as you can see, you get access to online play, online lobby and voice chat through the phone app, classic games selection, which I'll talk about in a sec, and select deals on the eShop amongst everything we already have access to right now. Now, this is all fine and dandy, but once again, if you're going to be charging for online, then the service needs to be worth it. For most, this is where access to the classic game selection comes in. Nintendo have confirmed that you get access to a range of NES games that also come with online multiplayer as part of the classic game selection, with SNES games yet to be fully confirmed, but they have mentioned that they could come in the future. Now listen, I grew up on a NES, and there indeed are a few games that I could still go back to, but let's be honest with ourselves. What we all really want are at least SNES games. That level of 2D fidelity now, as well as gameplay. What we want are SNES games with online multiplayer. Games like Super Mario Kart, Donkey Kong Country, Turtles in Time, Contra 3, Sunset Riders, Secret of Mana, even though that's been released in a box set in Japan for the Switch already. Localize that. Why do these things still not happen worldwide? Localize already Square and Nintendo. For Chrome's sake, just do it. People will buy it. You have to realize that not only your games were what made the SNES so great. If you say to people what were the best RPGs on the SNES, the first 3 games that are going to say are The Secret of Mana, Chrono Trigger, and Final Fantasy VI for the most part. And, not only SNES games, but the real, we also want the real meaty stuff from the Nintendo 64. I'm drooling over the thought of having, F-Zero X and Wave Race 64 with online multiplayer on the Switch. I mean, could you just imagine that? I'd be all over it night and day. And, of course, we all want the GameCube on there. Something that we've been craving for on a virtual console forever. Speaking of the virtual console, something Nintendo is pretty much remaining hush on at the moment. They have somewhat confirmed that the classic game selection service and the virtual console are 2 different things. I've read of Nintendo teasing me now. Next time they tease me, I'm just gonna bite them. Because we need these things. And like I said, if we're going to be paying for this online service now, it's time to deliver. Not just on connection and anything like that. It's time to deliver on your services throughout. But this is Nintendo, right? We love them, because of all the times they have messed up with such things. They also do 100 things that we love. But still, they still seem completely disconnected with the modern online world, or at least its infrastructure. They can create a marvel like the Virtual Console and Miiverse. I will champion Miiverse night and day. But then they choke them by either not releasing certain games or not integrating it in a better way. Something that is happening with the Switches online at the moment. It works, but man, it's basic as hell. I guess we'll have to wait longer to see what the final outcome is. Anyway, that's enough chatting on this topic. The internet has already had a field day on it, but it was something that needed to be talked about, obviously. What are your thoughts on the headset and the adapter, as well as Nintendo's latest updates on their impending online service? As always, thanks for listening, peeps, and I look forward to your comments below. Peace!